I got into popping when I I saw the movie Breakdance, the movie, or aka Breaking. I saw the movie when I was a kid, and that really captured me. And it was, as a movie, all my friends in school, everybody was captivated by the cool moves and stuff like that. So at that time, boys didn't necessarily dance, so I kind of accepted it was just going to be something that you'd have a laugh and a joke with your friends, but not really take it seriously. So I accepted that. You know, Michael Jackson, people like that, they were big at the time, so every time Michael Jackson had a new video, you'd watch the study his new music video and try and learn a new step or something like that. It wasn't until I was 20 when I kind of said to myself, well, do you know what, I don't really care what people think, I just want to learn to dance. Because, you know, at the time, boys would do sports or boys would do boxing or something like that, but you wouldn't take a dance class. But I really wanted to learn to dance, so I really got serious and said, come 20, I want to learn to dance. Well, first and foremost, I really, when I saw the dancers from the Breaking the movie, particularly Turbo at the time, I really said I want to move like that. So that was my first inspiration. Then you had people like Michael Jackson, who, especially through the 80s and the 90s, you know, Michael Jackson's music videos were always epic. It always left the impact on everybody. You know, whatever dance moves he did, people wanted, whatever he did in his videos, people wanted to try those moves. So you had people like Michael Jackson, and when I eventually started to learn to dance, you had people like Poppin' Pete, Poppin' Taco from the Electric Boogaloos, one of the legendary popping groups. They became the guys that I really wanted to model the way I dance on. And to be honest with you, quite a few other dancers. I mean, I've mentioned them, but there's quite a few other dancers worldwide, dancers just living in the UK that I practice with, that really inspire me. So, you know, you try and take a bit from everybody. I think the thing that I love the most about popping style is the fact that you just have this ability to look really animated and not human. And, you know, the way that you can move can really confuse people, but at the same time you're still dancing and you're still funky. And it always, I think, when you do popping, it always brings a smile to people's face. You know, whether it's just a smile of amazement, people intrigued, people confused. I just loved it. It just creates a mixed emotion. Yeah. Well, the first thing I would say, if you want to get into popping, the first bit of advice I want to say is you got to make sure you enjoy it. Okay, it doesn't make sense doing it if you're not going to enjoy it, because it's not an easy dance. It takes a little while to do, and to kind of get past that little frustration period that you will get, you have to love it enough to say, I want to stick at this. In the years that I've been doing it, I've definitely learned that it's so important to know your foundation. So if you're going to learn this art form, learn the foundations, because the foundations are there for a reason, and the foundations is on which you can build your creativeness. Sometimes people want to go straight for the creating, but before you get to creating, you have to know where it came from and what makes the dance, what makes it what it is. So yeah, foundations first. Interesting, really, because I met this guy called Phil, I believe it was at the Breaking Convention years ago, and he introduced himself to me, because I think it might have been at the end of either the first time I became UK champ or the second time when I was a runner-up for the UK. And he introduced himself to me, and you know, he said he wanted to learn some stuff, and we stayed in contact via MySpace, I believe it was, when MySpace was the in thing. And we stayed in contact, and he said that he wanted to bring some of that to his area. Now there's me thinking Wales, okay, Cardiff, Swansea, something like that. And then he told me where he was teaching and then invited me down, and then I didn't realise it was somewhere in the middle of nowhere in the sticks, somewhere in Wales. But he got me to go to the local school, which was local to his workplace, did an assembly, did a demonstration of the dance. That was like an advertisement for the class. Had a good turnout first time, and I think the momentum really went from there, because the feedback from the kids were really, like, they really enjoyed it. It was new, it was fresh for them, and so I think Phil wanted to build upon that, really. So yeah, that's why I'm here dealing with the Animated CountrysiderZ. Yeah, sure. Well, particularly with popping, I mean, Animated Countryside, I can't even say them. The Animated CountrysiderZ are a really cool group of people who are really passionate about the dance, And I would say anyone who particularly want to get into popping, I would recommend that you take those classes, because again, it's a good place to learn foundation about the dance, and it's just a really cool social environment. You know, the focus isn't about outdoing other people and taking the limelight, it's about learning a new skill together. And you know, anything fresh is always cool. You know, if you do popping, it's a cool dance. It makes anybody look cool. It means you can make friends in your little parties. It means you can get fit. It's just a different way to socialise. You know, you don't have to go to a pub, or you don't have to be sitting at home playing computer games if that doesn't interest you.